All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Can we have the roll call, please?
Chair Blair Sickland,
Here.
Vice Chair DeAndre Poole,
Present.
Secretary Treasurer Jean Ann Wright, Commissioner Barisa Landas, Commissioner Wayne Richards,
Present.
Executive Director Michael Meekins,
Here.
Court Attorney John Fumero.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Barissa's here, so mark her present. Can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Additions, deletions, reorganization?
Mr. Chair, there are none.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Moved, Commissioner Richards. Second, Commissioner Poole. Any discussion? All in favor, all opposed, carries 4-0. Okay. Approval of the minutes from May 15th. Everybody have a chance to read those? Have a motion. Commissioner
motion
Poole?
approval.
Okay. Second, Commissioner Richards. Any discussion? All in favor, all opposed, carries 4-0. Presentations and announcements?
None, sir.
Okay. Consent agenda. The only one we need to pull is G11 because we do have a card on that, so we'll pull that and let people, anybody else have anything else they want pulled?
Let's hear G11 or move it, and then we can do it together.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right. Larry McDowell? Larry? Or Michael Brown, one of the two.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, board members. Thank you for bringing this out of order. I'm Michael Brown. I am the attorney for the Braille Club of Palm Beach County. And the club sent you a belated notice and asking for your support for their 90th anniversary birthday they had last weekend. You were kind enough to add us to the agenda for consideration here. Briefly, the Braille Club of Palm Beach County, West Palm Beach, is 90 years old. Mr. McDowell here is the current president of the Braille Club. I represent them, and when they advised me that they were having their 90th celebration, I suggested that they contact the Port of Palm Beach. I found out they already had sent an email, but had not made contact. I suggested that they come and introduce themselves to you, give you a little bit of their information about who they are, so that one, you'll consider having to support them for the event they had last week, and two, in the future, that you will consider supporting them.
Okay.
And with that, I'd like to introduce Mr. Larry McDowell, who's the president of the Braille Club, and he'll be able to tell you more about what the club does in its history.
Good, thank you.
Good afternoon. Appreciate you taking the time to give us an opportunity to speak. Braille Club has been in existence since 1935 in Palm Beach County. We serve the needs of the blind and visually impaired residents of the county. We are located currently in Boynton Beach, Florida. We have our own facility. We provide social, recreational, educational activities for blind people. We don't receive any grants or gifts from the government, grants or federal programs. We run 100% on donations and charitable donations. We are a 501c3 organization. We don't have any paid employees. All of our efforts, the work, the organization is owned by the blind members with the help of sighted volunteers. We do a number of things in the community. Over the past holiday season, we were able, with the help of organizations like the Lions Club and the Self Culture Group, we were able to feed over 800 residents not visually impaired residents, but we were able to provide meals for all of the residents of the Lakeboro Towers and 2 other rehabilitation centers in the area. We try to be involved in the community and a part of the community. We spend time in restaurants, in groups in restaurants, movie theaters, all types of events. So just to give a little information about the organization, but we do have events that come up where we require communities, we ask for community support in putting on different programs, and that's what we're here tonight asking. I personally, this is my first time attending a court meeting, and I would like to know about what the court actually does and get more involved, and maybe the court can get more involved with us. And thank you for your time.
All right, thank you very much. So we'll open it up, and like I say, if anyone has money.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm first of all, welcome, sir. Welcome to the Port of Palm Beach.
I'm sorry, I don't hear.
My name is, I'm Wayne Richards. It's nice to meet you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm more than happy to support it. I just hope your attorney's not overcharging you. He's a well-known, highly regarded attorney.
He said he hope I'm not overcharging. Tell him how much I charge.
That you don't have to.
Checks in the mail.
That was from Mr. Brown, who's a former port commissioner. So welcome back here, Michael.
Thank you, good to be there.
Yeah. My funds are rather low, but I want to contribute $250. So please add that to
All
the
right.
till.
Yep.
And I wish you the best, sir. Thank you for coming here today.
All right, well, we'll definitely leave that open, and then, go ahead, Versa.
I also am very excited to support you. I don't know how much I have in my funds. Is it not? No. Do you have like a brochure with the QR code, or?
No, but we did send some information over, and we'll be
Okay.
willing to resend or send whatever you need.
What's the name of the website?
I would like to say that we did reach out a couple of years ago when we were taking our beat baseball team. We have a baseball team for blind people. We play a game called beat baseball, and when we went to the World Series in Wichita, Kansas, the port did help us out with that trip.
Okay.
Thank you all for that.
All right, so we'll look and check what our balance is. I would suggest, it turns over again in the end of August, is that right? Or September? So that'd be another time to reapply. We'll get you something this time, but then as soon as people have money in their, that they can give to 501c3s, so I would suggest you do that too. So, all right.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
go ahead,
I spoke to
DeAndre.
one of your- I'm sorry, go ahead.
Good to see you, Mr. Mayor, and certainly Mr. McDonald. I am going to give 500. Okay.
All right, and I've already announced I was going to give 200, but raise it up to 250. So with Wayne's, there'll be 5, and 5 is 1,000. And then we'll ask when Jean comes in if she has any funds available, and we'll just see what we can do for you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you for coming.
Mr. Chair, I spoke to a former commissioner, John Sansbury, earlier today.
Oh,
By
okay.
the way, is sight impaired.
Yes.
And will be joining us, and he asked me to sit in his
All right, good. Thank you. All right, so now if we have a motion for the consent agenda.
Move approval with the modified, also approve.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Commissioner Poole, any discussion? All in favor, all opposed, carries 4-0. Commissioner Enright, not here yet, but she'll be here, I'm sure. All right. I guess we're going to district reports.
Yes, sir, Commissioners. Another good month in April. Total cargo tons are up by almost 6%. Total TEUs are up by almost 10%. Passengers, it shows down at 20%, but that's just because of the change in itinerary. We're actually doing very, very well. I think we averaged them out at almost 1,300 passengers per cruise, so we're doing very well. We've completed negotiations with Tile Construction Company and SAB Solutions to import granite into the port. This is a pretty big project. You'll hear a little bit more about it. It's one of the agenda items that we're representing today. We were working in turn our resiliency grant. If you guys remember that, you approved it last year. We started chasing that. We put it in. It actually did not get approved the first go-around. We were getting ready to do it a second go-around, and there was a leadership change, and after that, it kind of died. We have an opportunity in front of us here shortly to chase a PIDP grant. It's an 80-20 grant. That would help us out in hardening this area. I did want to speak a little additionally to that. So this is the oldest berth that we have today, which is about 40 years old. It's already starting to suffer some of the consequences of the use that it's gotten. It was not really designed for what we do to it. One of the things that we were looking at is the resiliency originally was to harden this whole area, and now we know we have to replace this, and we're on a timeline to do that. So what we would like to do is add that to the resiliency. But in addition to that, what we really want to explore the possibility of is widening that berth and deepening that berth. So what we have going on in the future here, back to this way, we have a lot of projected growth coming. We already have conflicts with vessels of size that conflict and delay what we have to do currently today. We can see that getting a whole lot worse in the future. So now we have the opportunity on an 80-20 to possibly do a big project like this. We are at the very beginning of this. That's why I'm coming to you to let you know. But the PIDP grant is due September 16th. So our timeline is really, really short. What we'd like to do is roll over what we've already put into the resiliency grant and add now to it what we want to do for the future. We believe it's a really good project, and again, we would have had it on the agenda, but we're on a short time frame here for getting everything through, and we just are now getting ready to get a proposal to move forward with. So just wanted to put that on the board's radar, the commissioner's radar, so it's something that's prudent to do now at this time while you're rebuilding the berth, rather than rebuild the berth and have to deal with this later on.
And who's the one that gives out the PIDP grants? Where does that
So
come
it's
from?
Murad, who we've got our PID through now today.
Yeah,
We've kind of already reached out to them as well as FDOT. I'll let you know that we have $15 million already set aside to deal with some of the issues we have with that berth. This would be a high cost, but at an 80-20 with the FDOT money we have, now would be a prudent time to take advantage of that situation. And I'm quite sure, as we did with the current PID, we may get additional funds as we moved along. So as expensive as a project as this might be, I think it'd be very beneficial for the future of the port, number one. And number two, it'll solve a lot of our berthing issues, challenges that we have today. And lastly, we would get it about as cheap as you can get it.
any questions? Go ahead.
No, I would just say that I think this is extremely timely and important as we do so. I mean, we know trade is only increasing, and I'm pretty sure some of our tenants would appreciate the additional opportunity to get some ships in and out, and to deal with congestion as well. So what would be a time frame? So the grant deadline is September. So would you come back to us next month with a proposal for us to consider to vote on?
So, depending on how this works out, I may ask the chair to give me permission to move ahead and transfer the resiliency into a PID and let the company who's working on it now continue that work to speed the process through. We're just on such a tight timeline that they're going to need every bit of this time in order to give us a good product that we might be able to get sold.
Okay.
There's $500 million available right now that they're dishing out for these kind of projects. There are 4 criteria, and we meet every one of the 4 criteria. The best thing about this is while we've improved our rail and we've improved our roadways now, this kind of piggybacks on that. Now we improve our berthing, and that allows us to flow more in and out of the port. So I think it's a win all the way across.
Wayne, you have some?
It obviously makes sense that birth, that slip is beginning to fail in the early stages. We have to spend a lot of money on it. We were gonna spend a lot of money on resiliency for the entire Ladon area there, so you killed 2 or 3 birds with one shot. Another question is, who would work on preparing the request? Is it the same entity that was working with resiliency?
So that's what I would ask the board for, because they've already done the hardening portion, that was already done through the first part. Now they would just be adding the additional pieces of what we were going through. One of the things that we would do in that hardening is, being over 40 years old, all the piping and everything else, everything goes down to sub, and then it gets rebuilt, so it's hardened, and we don't run into these issues anymore in the future. The second part of this is that when we add the berthing, they'll add that portion to this document.
Yeah, I would say keep us overly informed as you go forward.
Absolutely.
You didn't, you said it's expensive like 3 times, but you didn't say an amount. What's
So-
your best guess? Let's up.
And again, we're not even there, they have to do cost basis
Right.
and everything else. So I would put out a target of probably somewhere $80 million. Now, on that 80 million, 80/20, we would be responsible for 16,
Mhm.
of which I've got 15 from FDOT.
Right.
Half of that.
Yeah.
If everything goes well, we may end up paying less for this than we did for the roadway and the ground.
Okay.
Doesn't always work out that way, but
Yeah.
it is a good opportunity, money-wise and time-wise, it would be prudent for us to take.
Yeah,
advantage
we
of
might
that.
as well try. I mean, we're gonna need it someday. Now which berth did we already go down? Didn't we spend some money years ago on one of the berths and we increased the,
Yeah, there's a couple of them that we've worked through over, or especially over your time. Like,
Yeah.
the bursts to the south obviously were done a long time ago, but this is being our oldest, is the biggest challenge that we have right now.
okay.
It's showing every bit of its age.
Yeah, all right.
We were trying to get a lifetime out of it now, but we're actually to the point where we're gonna have to start monitoring it to see the movement.
All right. Well, I think it's unanimous that you need to proceed, so.
So with that, we held our report tariff committee update with the public meetings. They've all been completed. You'll see that on the agenda as well today. I met with the city of Rivera Beach to discuss multiple items, including permitting, mooring fields, and land swaps. Another meeting set up for Monday. So we're moving along. On recruitment, we've hired Joseph Prescott for our facilities department. And under current recruiting for the IT system administrator replacement. Court-related events, we have May 21st, the port hosted a delegation from Freeport. The delegation got a first-hand look at the port and operations and met with Commissioner Wayne Richards and the executive director, myself, to discuss the ongoing capital development projects as well as emergency hurricane assistance. June 4th, since hurricane season officially started this month, we held a virtual preparedness meeting with our tenants and users and employees, and that was very well attended. Everybody got a lot out of it. I think every year we go a little bit further and be more prepared. So that's always a good thing. And on June 9th, the summer internship program commenced this past Monday. We have a total of 8 interns who will be working for us over the next 8 weeks. Thank you to our sponsors, Tropical Shipping, Ozinga, South Florida Materials, Florida Sugar, Molasses and Exchange, Ian and Bisso for helping the port fund the program. I think we have a couple of the interns in the audience today. Yeah, we do. The back row, if you guys want to stand up, we'll say hello.
Okay, well, welcome. Very good.
Can we just hear from them 2 seconds?
Sure.
Sure. If you guys want to say your name, where you're from, where you're going to school.
Everyone, my name is Lacey Sotomayor. I'm the HR and admin intern, and I'm going to school at FE. I'm from Boston. I'm from
My name is Peter White. I am the operation department of the UCA. My name is Tom Roth. I'm the campus education department, and I go to St. Joel University.
My name is Max Fink. I go to Florida Atlantic University. I'm working in the finance department.
My name is Mike Ostrowski. I'm with the IT department, and I attend the University. Hi, my name is Troy Tarzi-Marlette. I'm with the Tenant Relations Department, and I currently go to Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia.
Great. All right. Well, Wally, welcome. Nice having you. Okay.
All right, moving on. We have a couple of events, AEPA LATAM, Latin America. Nobody's attending that. The Florida Ports Council Annual Board Meeting in Longboat Key, Florida. I'll be attending that. And we have our AEPA Convention, October 6th through October 8th. And Commissioner Poole and myself will be attending that as well. And that is my report.
Okay. Very good. Finance.
Good afternoon, James Boyer, Director of Finance. We will be providing a brief summary on the seven months ending June 30th, 2025. In the consent agenda, items G, 1, 2, and 3, are a complete set of financial statements and operating reports through April and year-to-date. As you can see by the April income statement on its own, the P&L statement, net revenue is over budget by $38,000. It's a good sign. Gross revenue is slightly under. It's made up by the decrease in marketing support, so we're ahead on net revenue for April by $38,000. Operating expenses are over budget. We're working on managing that back into budget. Other income and expense, the other expense area is under budget by $46,000. So right now, for the month of April, we're at $52,000 less than budget. Year-to-date. Year-to-date gross revenue is behind the budget by $192,000. The marketing support makes that up, so that right now, net revenue, we're only behind by $11,000. Operating expenses are above by $220,000. Again, we're working on some specific issues that we plan to have resolved quickly. Operating expenses are below budget by $205,000, due mostly to increase in investment earnings. Net income increases, say, right now we're ahead of budget by $26,000. We had the audit committee meeting. It was very successful on June 4th. I think members are here. We're going to hear a little bit more about the audit results later in this on the agenda. We plan on working towards a budget workshop in June and July. We started that process. We did meet with our property liability insurance carrier, Arthur Gallagher, this week to start the planning for our renewal process.
Any questions? For the record, Gene Enright is in the house. So put that down. All right, no questions? Very good, thank you. Government Affairs, Richard Pinsky.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Richard Pinsky. I'd like to report that the 2025 legislative session is over, but it's not. We're continuing budget conference negotiations as we speak. It's supposed to, we're at 100 days. We haven't had a 100-day session since 1955. So this is extraordinary. The hope is to finish by tomorrow. I don't know if that will be the case. They've extended technically to June 18th, but that may have to be extended yet again. We'll see what happens. Things that are not in budget conference are seaports in the state of Florida. The governor asked for somewhere around $125 million in his budget, and the House and Senate have agreed when they passed the budgets initially before they went into conference, somewhere around $120 million. About $35 million of that is discretionary. Really, out of the governor's office, there's about $85 million that goes to FSTED. And earlier you asked the question, that was SLIP 3. Cost about $25 million. We did that about 10 or 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were paying forward with FSTED is how we accomplished that. Of course, and the other budget item is Peanut Island. So once again, Palm Beach County has asked for $1 million for restoration of Peanut Island facilities. The House offered that, the Senate said no, 0, and then last Thursday, just at the end of last week, the Senate came back with a $500,000 counter offer. That's one of the items that's still in play. Don't know how that'll end up for Peanut Island. And unfortunately, we did not get done in the legislative part of the agenda our House Bill 795, Senate Bill 594, which would have created a buffer zone to make sure that there were no vessels anchoring or mooring adjacent to the turning basin or the channel. We pulled that back, and to live to fight another day. There may be some other options how to get that done as far as protecting the port goes. And then what did pass was Senate Bill 1662, which Port Director Meekins and myself have been talking about, as well as Attorney Romero. That was the play for FDOT to do away with FSTED and start dealing with the ports directly. That they backed off of that and now just added extra reporting requirements directly from the 14 ports that are in FSTED directly to Department of Transportation. That's an biannual reporting and a number of items like part of which is your financial, your amount of break bulk, container, et cetera, so they can start tracking what the ports are doing directly with Department of Transportation. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions, and stay tuned on when budget will actually be done.
Anybody have any questions? Go
I
ahead.
do have a question, and Mr. Chair, this may be something that we may want to think about workshopping as well. If I recall, you've been here a while, Mr. Penske. And I believe that it was 2016 when the last charter was rewritten, the last charter.
So our charter, port charter, yeah. So in 2016 is actually, we started in 2017, we actually codified our port charter, which was required according to state law. Once special districts back in 1889 were asked to recreate their charters, but in statute instead of just hanging out there, which we did in 2017. We subsequently came back a couple years later and amended the charter one more time and got a salary adjustment at that time and a couple of other tweaks. So we've not really had our own port charter amendment since 2020, right after COVID, right with COVID, since that would have been the 21 session.
Okay, because I do think that concerning the issue, grateful for Mr. Romero working that and you as well with the partisan issue with the election. So I do think we need to address that in our charter and perhaps look at. I know I've been reviewing the charter for Port Canaveral as well. So I think we need to tighten up some areas and maybe consider some adjustments to our charter moving forward.
Yeah, that's something that you can also discuss with the attorney.
Okay.
And we want to do the prudent thing, and so that's something we definitely should have a game plan. So I have a couple ideas myself that I'm going to discuss with the attorney. So very good. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
So you're saying if we have an issue, then just tell Mr. Fomero, or are we going to have a session to discuss it? Or if we have concerns, this is a mess. If we have concerns, just inform the attorney or Mr. Penske or...
Yeah, both,
And then I guess then we would have to get together because
Yes.
at the end of the day, we have to collectively make
Right.
a decision.
Right.
It has to be the entire board if something goes to Tallahassee.
Correct.
So, and Mr. Penske, could you tell me when we would have to have this done by? Isn't there a deadline? I know the session now is in January. Am I correct?
Yes, Commissioner, you are correct. The election year coming up, 26th, session will start in the middle of January and end at the end of March. And so Palm Beach County Port Charter, if the commission wants to review or make any changes to the Port Charter. I'll let Mr. Fermero speak to the actual election piece of this. But if you do want to do that, that's considered a local bill. In other words, a Port Charter amendment is not a bill of general nature. No one else is affected by us, so that's a local bill. And the Palm Beach County delegation, they haven't given us a date yet, but I'm guessing they'll want local bills heard and processed by October, maybe the latest November, but I'm guessing you're going to have a local bill ready to show the Palm Beach County legislative delegation by October, so back that up to what your process is.
Okay. Go ahead.
So therefore, I guess we would have to meet and make a decision around what, August, September?
Yeah, we've got a few months. I think, first you talk to our lobbyists, then speak to the attorney, and then we'll formulate a game plan, and then we'll decide whether or not to, proceed on this or not. Mr. Attorney, do you have anything that you wanted to add to this, or just?
No, just that I think there's an opportunity to take a fresh look at the charter. Commissioner Poole is right. I looked at the only other special district, Canaveral, has a very detailed charter, and I'm not sure we need to have that detail, but there are a few areas where I think we would benefit from tightening up the language and the authority and responsibilities of the board.
Okay, good.
I have a question. This entire time, were we supposed to be running in nonpartisan elections?
No, that
based on the charter?
out of nowhere, we received an inquiry from the Supervisor of Elections General Counsel, and they do this prior to every election cycle. They look at the authority for partisan versus nonpartisan, and they looked at our charter. There's a provision in Chapter 189 for special districts that says you have to have explicit authority for partisan elections. They just glanced at our charter and go, boy, we don't see anything. They contacted us. We met. We pointed out that, well, there is actually language there.
Okay.
And he was satisfied with the language that we have in the charter. For their purposes, they're satisfied.
Thank
So
you.
it's going to be partisan elections.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'm listening to Dr. Poole, and I think I would suggest a little more certainty with regard to timing. If we want to have this done by October, which is probably safe, backing into that, probably 2 months of discussion. So you're looking at, it's probably been July, August, or September meetings to have discussions. Either a workshop or 5 or 10 minutes at each meeting. But I think we need a little more certainty to make sure we get there.
Right, well, what we need to do is figure out first what we might want to put in the charter. So I think it's best to speak to at least to our lobbyists and tell them what you're thinking. And then we'll come back in maybe August. And, if we all can agree on some of the key points that all the commission has made, then I think that's the best way of doing it. Go ahead.
I agree too, but I know that we're 5 individuals and we probably will have 5 different things that we want to discuss. So we might need to have a little bit more time and preferably have a workshop. That's my opinion. Since we're talking about elections, Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, I have observed over the years and recently that we have people running for candidates for office. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, dog, or cat. The bottom line is that I feel that no candidate should be able to use our logo and use Port of Palm Beach logos everywhere on their stationery, on their signs and everything. And I would like for us to make a decision at this board and have our attorney to send them a letter that says, cease, stop, and DC, stop, stop, stop. And if they don't, then we will send them, we will take them to Tallahassee, the port. In addition, we will sue them. But we need to do something because I'm tired of people calling me and saying, gee, is the port endorsing and supporting that candidate? They're using your logo. So I feel that as a board, we need to stand up and stop, regardless of who they are. But it doesn't make any difference. Democrat, Republican, like I said, don't care. I really don't care. It's just that they should not have the right. And people are thinking that we are supporting and they're a part of us and we're endorsing them because they're using our logo everywhere, online, on signs, stationery. They're part of the port. And I know this for a fact. Some years ago, in the city of Riviera Beach, I'm just going to reflect on this for a second. They had an election, city election, and there were candidates who were using the city logo, although they were a part of the city commission. They were not allowed, and they had them to take all the signs and everything down because your campaign is totally different from you as a port commissioner. There are two different. There's a line between you representing as an elected official and you as a candidate. And in the city, it went all the way to Tallahassee, and they made the folks take the signs down, and they were part of the commission, but their election signs had the city logo and all of that on them. So, Mr. Chairman, if I can get a consensus from the board and we can give our attorney direction to address these people or send them a letter telling them, hey, we don't, please
Well, that's.
stop your, I mean.
Let's clear the, and I think Director Meekins has a timeline on the charter suggestions, and then.
I just want us to clear this up now. Okay.
It's not that I want to sit down, but I think we're moving into an area going beyond my government relations report. So if we can close that out, then you can.
Then you'll sit down.
Okay, and then we'll just vote on it.
If I can suggest just having a July workshop, that would give everybody time to get their thoughts together.
Yeah.
And then July, put it all together, have a simple 15, 20-minute workshop for finalization.
Yeah, we could
red
do it.
line.
We could do it before the board meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And then
Now, Gene, yeah, Mr. Attorney, I understand what Gene's saying. Years ago, this is a long time ago, the local elections office used to kind of get involved in a lot of these. And it used to be, I don't know if it was a misdemeanor or a felony, but years ago, they would act. But now I understand, I don't think they care. They say, go to Tallahassee or do whatever you want to do. So do you know anything what we can do? Because I agree with Commissioner Enright. We can't allow candidates to use our port logo and things like that. That's definitely not good.
Yeah, I'm by no means an elections expert, but I do know that there, in the law, you are prohibited from using things on election ads that would imply a support by or an endorsement. I know there was a case where someone had a sheriff's office seal and it kind of implied, and the State Division of Elections usually weighs in on that. I haven't seen the advertisements that she's referring to. I'll take a look at it, and if it's your desire, we can alert the division and send a letter.
Chair?
Yes, sir.
Whether it's a division of elections or some other entity, I would concur that we don't want non-port people using port logo. So whether it's the state attorney or it's the division of elections, I would concur that we would want to stop that from occurring.
Also, Mr. Chairman, if we could give him direction to send those individuals letters, and I'll give you streets on your way home where you can stop and see where our logo is in places, okay? So on your way home, I tell you where to go.
Okay.
But if it's okay with the board, if he, after he sees proof,
Right.
that he could just write them a letter and ask them, hey, as far as I'm concerned, please just stop. And if they continue, then we do something else. But I'll give you some streets to drive down on the way to DRA, okay?
Okay. I think we all agree. All right, very good. All right, so commissioners, report. Commissioner Richard, do you have anything?
Nothing additional.
Commissioner Enright?
No, sir.
DeAndre?
Nothing additional.
Carissa?
I was unaware that this was even occurring, but if there's already a provision in the with the Department of State, I think that they're the proper entity to address this issue. If there's already legislation or regulations speaking to this exact issue, I would defer to them as the entity with the jurisdictional right to handle this.
Okay. All right. We're moving on to old business. Mr. Ford.
Commissioners, good afternoon. Philip Ford, Procurement Administrator. I will be presenting agenda item I-1, which is related to the RFP 2025-08, broker of record for employee group insurance plans and benefits. As well, the motion is to approve the Evaluation Selection Committee's recommendation to award to the highest ranked firm, RSC Brokerage Inc., doing business as Strategies Company, commonly known as the Revit Group, and further authorize the executive director to execute an agreement. So as reflected in the agenda item and its attachments, the selection committee has recommended award to the highest ranked firm. And at last month's meeting, the commission voted to invite oral presentations from the two responsive and responsible proposals prior to taking action on the committee's recommendation. So in preparation of these oral presentations, the board was provided with a copy of the RFP and copies of the proposals from each respondent. And so at this time, we want to go ahead and proceed with oral presentations. Each firm will be allowed 10 minutes for their presentations, then follow up with questions that you may have. And during the presentation, one firm will be sequestered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the representatives from RSC Brokerage, they're going to go first. And the second firm, Mr. Gellin, if you don't mind, I have a staff member escort him to one of the offices. And the presentations, you guys will be provided a hard copy of the presentations. We're not doing the electronic versions. Mr. Chair, ready?
Yes, sir.
Questions? I don't have a scoring sheet. We were given the format and all of the criteria, but I don't have a sheet.
Well, all we have to do is, we only have two, so, you know, if...
Well, let me... No, please, no. There's criteria that we have to rate. There are points in the RFP, 25 points, 15 points, 10 points, 5, and 5. We would need to be able to record that.
Well, I'm thinking, we're making the decision who to pick. I don't see we have to go through the same procedure as the staff did. We can ask the attorney or whatever, but I'm just saying after we get the two presentations, then we'll just decide who our pick is.
Yeah, go ahead.
The scoring criteria, the evaluation process in the RFP was well defined. The scores, as evaluated by the committee, was the scores that would be presented to the board. It is customarily not the process of changing the evaluation process. If the committee, if the board were to score individually and then collectively make a determination based upon their scores, it would change the evaluation process.
Right.
So customarily, you don't change your evaluation process. The process was well defined that the committee would make a recommendation to the board, and the board has the final say-so to accept or reject.
Okay.
Does our council agree with that?
And if I do, just to put it very simply, so you have all the information that the selection committee was provided.
Correct.
You, as Mr. Ford correctly said, you're not sitting as a selection committee. They did their job. It's done. They did their ranking. Now, and you can take that into consideration as well.
Okay.
Their ranking. You have the solicitation, you have the actual proposals themselves, and now the final piece will be the oral presentations. Taken together, you are the ultimate decision maker. You know, selection committees do what they do, which is make a recommendation. It's not binding, it's a recommendation.
Okay,
And that's what we're doing today.
very good. All right, thank you, Mr. Ford. So let's,
So we're going to go ahead and start the oral presentations, 10 minutes, each presenter, and I am going to
Thank you.
So we have Mr. Mark Rodriguez from RSC Program Team.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us here tonight. Good to see you all. My name is Mark Rodriguez. I am a benefits consultant with Risk Strategies, the Guerin Group. I am your current benefits consultant. We can start off on page 2 of the presentation. Does everyone have a presentation now? Okay, good. Page 2 of the presentation. In January of 2022, the Guerin Group was acquired by Risk Strategies Corporation. As a result of that acquisition, we became part of the 9th largest independent and privately owned brokerage in the country. But despite becoming part of a much larger group, one of the things we are very proud of is our 98% client retention rate. All of our team members are salaried team members. We do not work on commission individually. The reason why that's important for you to know is because you know that we are working in your best interest. Whether your rates go up or down, I get paid the same amount of money, right? So we're working in your interest, not the interest of filling my pockets, because it's not going to make a difference to me. I want you to be satisfied with the services that you're receiving. We have a tenured leadership and a team. Myself, I've been in the business over 10 years. I've been working with the port since 2021. Kurt Guerin, who is our current leader locally, was not able to be here, but you may be very familiar with the name as you worked for a long time with his brother Cliff Guerin. I also did bring a team member with me, Sam Ricchini. If you just want to wave, Sam worked, she was Cliff's right-hand person, basically, so she worked for many years alongside him. Like I said, we are a local entity working for a much larger organization. Nationwide, we have over 5,000 employees, but locally, we have 80 full-time staff located in the Palm Beach Gardens office, which is literally a 15-minute drive from here. So if you need us, we will be here. Sam herself lives about, 2 minutes away from here? Yeah. So if for some reason I'm not available, you may see Sam's face. And many of our other team members also live locally. So one of the reasons why Risk Strategies decided to acquire us is because of our specialty in the public sector. It's the main point of business. Over, I'd say 95% of our clientele is public sector business. We have over 30 years in that area with over 140 employees, clients in public sector. Because of that, because of the number of clients we have, we do get top tier recognition with various carriers, which means that we also have a lot of leverage with them, and also means that we are privy to some customer service features that maybe other brokers are not able to access. So now moving on to slide 4. Slide 4 is our why statement. A lot of companies have a mission statement. Our why statement is a little bit different because it really does define what our purpose is. Our purpose being to inspire our communities to envision and embrace new possibilities. So slide 5, probably my favorite slide in here because it gives me a chance to introduce you to the team that you will actually be working with and have been working with for a few years now. Again, you have myself as a senior benefits consultant. Every one of our team members has a backup team member as well. Your account manager is Taylor Shea. Taylor Shea Messon is here. Taylor Shea Smith now. I want to wave your hand. Thank you, Taylor Shea. She's your account manager, so she handles all the open enrollments and implementation. She is backed by Pamela Wishlade, who is also here in the audience. If you want to give a wave, Pamela, thank you. Your employee benefits analyst is Deanna Chin. If you'd like to stand up. Yep, Deanna is your point person for marketing your plans, and she's also the one who works with the carriers in receiving proposals from them and evaluating it, which we then present to your staff every year when renewal comes up, which is a process we're actually in the middle of right now. And then you have a client services team. We have a representative from that team here, Corey Cunman, if you'd like to raise your hand. So the client services team are the team that takes in any calls that come from your membership when they're having claims issues, provider issues. They'll call in, and Corey and her team will help them out. I'd also be remiss if I didn't introduce someone who really doesn't probably need an introduction, but we have Sophia Nelson here. Sophia is a subcontractor on this proposal. We work with her on employee engagement and communications. Thank you, Sophia. In addition to your everyday service team, we also have in-house graphics and communications. We have wellness advisors in-house and various online tools, which I'll get into a little bit in a couple of slides. Slide 6. So on slide 6, this is where I like to highlight some of the accomplishments that I've had personally since I've been working with the port. First of all, we've negotiated over $500,000 in medical premium savings since 2021. Our team has assisted port employees with escalating claims issues, helping to bring them to resolution. We've been working with your staff to develop wellness activities and initiatives. And we do help assist in the coordination of your annual benefits fair. On slide 7, let's continue. We've also developed an employee benefits guide available to all of your membership. We provide one-on-one support to all of your employees during open enrollment. And as I mentioned, we spearhead the RFP process or the marketing process of your lines of benefits, which is spearheaded by myself and Deanna. We also provide guidance and education regarding compliance issues. We do that on a regular basis. I come out at least once a year to talk to your staff about it, and we have various online webinars and other activities available. On the next slide, the slide entitled RFP process, this is just kind of an overview of what we do for you throughout the entire course of the year. So we're not just here when it's time for renewal. We're constantly working on your behalf, starting with assessing where your plans currently are. Are there any gaps in your insurance needs that need to be fulfilled? We also work with your finance department in planning out budgets for the year when it comes to your benefits. Like I said, we do field the renewals that come in from all of the carriers and evaluate that and discuss it with your staff. If we're not happy with those renewals, then that's when we go to the RFP and marketing process, where we put your plans out to the entire market and see what we can do as far as getting you a better deal than what you have in place. And then we wrap it up with final decisions, working with your staff, and of course bringing it forward to the commission. On slide number 9, this is CAVU, so all of our current clients have access to CAVU, which is a great tool for benchmarking purposes. It allows you to take a look at your benefits and benchmark it against other public sector clients that we have. Gives you a good feel for whether or not the benefits you're offering are competitive in terms of price and in terms of what other public sector employees are receiving in the market. Slide 10, so this is more about the account management side of the house that I mentioned that Taylor Shea's team leads up. We have a policy of a 24-hour response time to any inquiry that comes into our office. We provide team backups, as I mentioned, and ongoing administration support to your staff. We provide support to your employees and your retirees as well. Any issues that come up with claims, appeals. We have a centralized database, so any calls that come in from your members are put into the centralized database. So for example, if Corey's not available for some reason, the next person in line can just pick up from where she left off because it's all being reported in our system and provide ongoing assistance to that member. And then we do have in-house graphics for communications. Any types of flyers or brochures or any kind of letters you want to, distribute to your membership, we can do all that in-house for you. And those are all the services that we provide year-round. On slide 11, this focuses on the compliance piece that I mentioned. We have regular newsletters that go out that update you on legislative changes that have to do with your insurance plans. We have regular client seminars and webinars. We hold an annual summit where we invite all of our clients to attend. It provides insurance education, and we also do some showcases on innovative tools and solutions in the insurance industry. We also do have a client portal that all of our clients have access to that has great information as far as mental health aid and HR services. And then, as I mentioned, we do come out on an annual basis to go through a compliance checklist to make sure that you are in compliance with all federal and state guidelines. So finally, in closing, just to kind of sum up everything I said, some of the highlights I want to focus on is our government focus. We think that really, distinguishes us in the marketplace. And one of the main reasons why we're required is because of that expertise. Innovative products and solutions that we're able to bring to you on an annual basis. Our proactive strategic planning, as I mentioned, we come out and talk to your staff on a regular basis to plan for the next year and what's to come. The dedicated year-round support, I like to focus on that by saying that we're not just here when it's time for renewal, we're here for you all year round. Legislative compliance, again, want to make sure that we're watching out for you, making sure that you're in compliance with all regulations. Our scope of services is all-inclusive, so the fees that are in the proposal includes any service that we provide. There's no upcharges or anything like that. We have measurable improvement results, I think, as evidenced by the retention of our clients and the number of clients that we have. And, as I mentioned, we like to focus on long-term relationships and solutions. We have Sam who has a lot of history working with the port. Myself now, I'm a little bit newer than Sam, but as far as working with the port, but I do have a bit of a history myself. And of course, we have Cliff and Kurt Guerin, always available.
Right.
We're
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions that they?
I have a couple.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we've been very pleased over the years with the service we got from the Guerin Group. So thank you for that. You mentioned gaps in coverage. My extended family and friends and colleagues, they speak about FSAs using pre-tax dollars. Can you tell me why we don't have an FSA here?
So we have
flexible spending account.
Yeah, we have looked at that.
Is there any cost to the port to do that?
There's an administrative fee associated with it. Other than that, it's funded by the member.
So, if an employee had an FSA of $2,000, they would use their own pre-tax monies,
right,
and they could use that to pay deductibles, co-pays.
Yes.
Heck, I would think the small administrative costs would be greatly benefit to the employee be much greater than the small cost. Have you suggested that in the past? Is there a reason we don't have that?
It's been brought up, and I don't know once, if it's come to commission, what the decision has been.
In my mind, that's a tremendous gap going forward. We should look at that. Yeah. You said retirees. How do you assist retire? I'm sorry.
I don't want to cut you off, but that came up here, and we all looked at it, and because of the cost, and I remember Catherine Waldron, and we all went through it, because we wanted to have this card that we would have a couple $100 that we can pay all our co-pays and all of this. And I think maybe, and it was supposed to be $500 or whatever, but when the commission looked over it, you all voted it out. Yes.
Well, we can look into it.
We made a decision.
River Beach has it today.
Right, but we made a decision about 3 years ago not to do it.
We need to look at it.
That was when Catherine Walden was here. It was a couple of years ago, but it was brought to us.
Okay.
And we decided as a commission, I don't know why, but we didn't do it,
Well,
okay?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we are in the process of marketing plans right now, and that actually is part of the marketing.
Oh, I think so.
But we decided that.
A second. So retirees, how do you assist retirees? What kind of benefits do retirees have? You mentioned you assist our retirees.
So retirees, they can be on the port plan, but for those who choose not to be, we also do work with Medicare experts who will come in and do one-on-one consulting with that individual. I believe we actually did this with the former executive director when he was about to retire.
Okay. All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
May I ask one
Sure.
more? I don't mean to be funny.
Go ahead.
When you say retirees can be on the plan, is that the way we did George Masters' wife, Carol? Because she kept our health insurance. She left the port, no, this is true. She left the port, but she still carried our health insurance. And it was not like COBRA. It was a whole big policy thing. So you can still do that? I know she has the port insurance today. This is a fact.
Okay.
And she was able to pay a premium and keep it.
And it's not Cobra?
It's not Cobra. It's not Cobra. I'm telling you, I talked to her. It's not Cobra. And Kara Masters is carrying the port insurance today. And she pays a little premium out of her money every month. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
For some people, that's not always the best fit. Some of them want to do Medicare, and we can guide them along towards moving from
But she
Medicare
does.
as well.
Okay.
Thank you very
good.
much.
All right. Thank you very much.
I got
Appreciate
that
it.
from her. I don't know about Ed Ober only has dental insurance. He only has dental and I.
Going to, as soon as our guests depart.
Ed Ober has eye and dental. He
Now,
has
the
health.
second presenter, the Gathering Benefit Group presents. And again, the presentation will be hard copy. Through the clerk, I will pass out a copy to you guys.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with me, but Kara actually is carrying our insurance today. She pays a
Interesting.
small premium.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was with the doctor.
That's all right. You didn't miss anything.
I told them.
Yeah, there wasn't anything. Michael Brown wants money from me.
I'm glad I missed it.
Wayne's given 250. I said I'd give 250. DeAndre said 500.
I ain't got no money anyway. So
All right.
you know what?
Zero.
I don't have any money, so
All right.
it's good I missed it.
No, you have 280.
No, I don't. I spent 200.
Oh.
I don't have any money,
All right.
so I missed it. You couldn't get money out of me anyway, because I didn't have any to give. You're all the big shots with all the money.
Wait till Wayne. We'll be right back. Okay. He's
I
here.
missed all the money from y'all. I don't have no money anyway to give.
Commissioners, Mike Gelling of the Gelling Benefit Group.
Okay, you have 10 minutes, and then we'll ask some questions.
All right, thank you. Are we using the slide or? Okay. I'm starting my timer. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Gelling with the Gelling Benefits Group. I want to say thank you for providing an opportunity for us to speak and further extend this procurement process and hear us out directly. We've been in business since 2015, so for about 10 years now. We have an office here in West Palm Beach and in Fort Lauderdale. The majority of our book of business is with government agency clients, and I work with some of the largest and most respected global insurance brokerage firms in the country. Our current government clients include the City of Miramar with about 1,200 employees, the City of Lauderdale Lakes with about 80 employees, similar to this organization, the City of Lauderdale with about 600 employees in the Broward County Supervisor elections, with another about 80 employees, and also the City of Boynton Beach with about 1,000 employees. Now, the City of Boynton Beach and the City of Miramar, we took over from the Gearing Group. The City of Boynton Beach, we saved them about $1 million after 1 year. The City of Miramar, we've been with them since 2018, saved them over $5 million, transitioned them from fully insured to self-funded, implemented an on-site clinic, implemented a wellness program, and improve the health outcomes of their employees. And so one of the benefits of changing brokers is having new ideas, having fresh ideas, having a different perspective than hearing the same voice for over 20 years. Additionally, we increased their voluntary benefits participation to complement their current benefits. When you're self-insured, you get pharmacy rebates. They receive about $450,000 a year in rebates. City of Boynton Beach received a total of $700,000 in rebates last year. So just by transitioning, we were able to save them money, something that the prior broker, the Gearing Group, did not do for them. So sometimes having a change is good. They also used to work with Bentech, which is the online enrollment system that the
prior broker used, they transitioned away from that system to use a more enhanced system, and we would do the same thing here. Carrier relationships, we work with all the major carriers, Aetna, Florida Blue, Cigna. We also work with other carriers that are not as popular, but may be able to bring more value to this agency than others. Our core team consists of myself, over 20 years of insurance experience, Sheila Jarrett, an attorney and benefits consultant, and my brother Bruce Gellin, also an insurance agent and benefits consultant. And we're fully qualified, not just by having an insurance license, but also by getting additional education. So I have the Certified Employee Benefits Specialist designation through the International Foundation of Employee Benefit Plans and the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Also the Group Benefits Associate designation. Also the Registered Health Underwriter designation through the American College. Shahid was gotten continuing education through the Harvard School of Insurance, and she's a Florida Bar licensed attorney. But we don't work by ourselves. We also have strategic partners that we work with. So for our larger clients that need actuarial services, we work with a actuary, Jim Pransky, with GRS Consulting. They're the current actuary for other services from Miramar, so we partner with them for the self-insured service. Dr. Gina Jules, a pharmacist, to help make sure that we analyze the drugs and make sure the right drugs are offered to the employees where the cities can get proper rebates. We also work with Beth Alcaldi, a Harvard law-trained attorney, who is one of the managing partners of the Akerman office in West Palm Beach. So what is our project approach? There's an onboarding and a review process. So we review the plans we have in place now, we analyze them, we tell you the pros and cons, and give our recommendations. Work with leadership for strategic planning, and then you're coming up on your renewal and marketing process now. So you have a 10/1 effective date. The renewal would be received about 60 days prior to that. And so we would do some renewal analysis, marketing, decide if you want to shop the insurance or negotiate better terms and conditions with the current carrier. Then we start the open enrollment process, and then throughout the course of the year, we manage the plan and give you an idea of what your renewal would look like in future years. Our renewal negotiation process is, again, analyzing the data. The smaller you are, the more limited data you receive, but at least the carrier will show you how they arrive at their rate. We work with our actuary to determine whether or not they use the fair factors, and then determine whether or not we should go with the renewal and negotiate down or shop the insurance. So we come up with a strategy based on the numbers, negotiate with the carriers, and then we make a recommendation. So we'll let you know ahead of time if you want to save money by making changes to your plans. This is the impact it's going to have to your employees, and your employees may not be happy. Or are you willing to pay more to make sure your employees have high quality benefits? The open enrollment process, we have to do a pre-enrollment preparation. We educate the employees. So for our larger clients, for example, police and fire, 24-hour shift. So we're on site at 7 a.m. for 7 a.m. roll call, 3 o'clock p.m. for 3 o'clock roll call, 11 o'clock p.m. for 11 o'clock roll call. So we're there as long as you need us. On online enrollment platforms, there are other platforms that are better than Ventec and that we can offer to you at no cost, so you don't pay any direct costs for online enrollment services. For our larger clients, we also offer call center support, but that will be needed here. Our response standards are pretty high, so we try to respond ASAP. Our clients have our cell phone numbers, they have our emails, we acknowledge receipt of the communication, and we work on it right away and try to get back to our clients right away. Wellness. A lot of insurance carriers have wellness programs. The cost of insurance is high because most of us are unhealthy. So the best way to reduce the cost of insurance is to do what we can to educate employees about learning about their personal health, learning how to read nutritional labels, and then participating in activity so that they can reduce their health risk factors. Monthly reporting packages. So this is typically for larger groups because of HIPAA laws, insurance companies will not release certain information about your group because then you can tie it down to a particular person. But we do report monthly on our service logs. So for example, we tell employees to contact us personally, share your information. We have a secure email portal where they can email us, secure email. We resolve those matters, and we update our clients on what we resolve throughout the weeks or throughout the months of the year. Annual strategic reporting, same thing. We provide reports on various activities that we conduct throughout the course of the year.
Again, client preferences, we work with the City of Miramar, City of Boynton Beach, Broward County Supervisor of Elections, and whenever we take over, we try to enhance the benefits, reduce the costs, provide a higher benefit in terms of technology services and in wellness dollars. You do have an MWBE program. We qualify, being certified by the South Florida Board of Management District, State of Florida. We also partner with the Mosaic Group, Anne-Marie Sorrell, and your current broker is giving 3% of the value of the contract. We're giving 13%, or approximately $10,000 in value of the contract. So 2 MWBEs are benefiting from this if you work with us. But you also have a small business enterprise program. And the key words here is you say that you want to ensure that minority women business enterprises have an equitable opportunity to participate. So for the last 23 years, there was 0 opportunity. There were no RFPs issued. So there was no opportunity to participate in this program. And that's the only reason why I'm making an appeal to the commission. If this has been going out every 5 years for the last 20 years, we bid, we lost, that's fine. But most agencies have a 5-year program. So for example, we had to bid on the RFP for the City of Miramar. You know, they like us, we did a great job, but we still had to compete with the market and then win that opportunity. Same thing with the City of Lauderdale Lakes. An RFP went out, we had to compete and then win that opportunity. So for the last 23 years, there was no competition. And so do the scores reflect the quality of the vendor, or is that home court or home comfort advantage for being with the same vendor for over 23 years? Our proposed cost structure is similar to the current vendor. Minor increase just to cover inflation. So why choose the Gallon Benefits Group? We're qualified, we're capable, we're experienced, and we bring value. We provide a personalized service as a small firm. We have a small business enterprise program, so giving opportunity to small businesses. And we have documented results, so we provided references and contacts. So everything I'm saying can be verified if those references were contacted. A question that came up at the last meeting was, is it late? You know, are people going to be able to enroll? Yes, there's plenty of time. You won't get the renewal until 60 days out. So the change of a broker normally carriers process that within 5 business days, and most times it's within 24 to 48 hours. And with that concludes my presentation. So thank you again for the opportunity, and I would love to have the opportunity to work with the Port of Palm Beach. Thank you.
Questions? Anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
How many of your employees reside here in Palm Beach County?
We don't have any that reside in Palm Beach County, not at this time.
Okay. If you start retaining more Palm Beach County businesses, would you hire employees?
Most certainly. So City of Boynton Beach was our first opportunity, and then we're going to find out in the next few weeks or so if we win the City of Riviera Beach, which is another opportunity. And so with that and the port, we would certainly hire someone in this area because it's, you know, it does take some time to make that long drive to come into Palm Beach County.
Thank you.
Riviera Beach.
Any other questions? Wayne?
Thank you for being here. I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
You started off by saying you represent a few entities that the Guerin Group represented prior to your winning it. You mentioned Boynton Beach, and what were the other entities?
City of Miramar.
Now, once your first term or your first contract ended, what happened after that? Did they go back to the Guerin Group, or did
They issued an RFP, and we bid on the RFP among other competitors, and then we came in ranked number 1 and we won the contract.
So Guerin Group had it.
Correct.
You then won it.
Correct.
And then went back out again after the first period ended, and you won it again.
Correct.
They went back with you.
Yeah, this is just early this year.
All right, that says a lot. Now, you're a smaller firm.
Yes.
Obviously, we are accustomed to working with the big boys.
Correct.
So let me ask you this, quite frankly, if we were to go with your firm, a smaller firm, we heard the pros.
Right.
What are the cons? There have to be some cons.
Yeah, you know, I don't think there are many cons because smaller firms, as you take on more clients, then you grow. And so we would grow. So some of the criticism we get is, oh, you're small, you only have a few people. But our employee size is proportional to our book of business. So like when I worked at the larger private firms, Mercer, Aon Consulting, CBIZ Benefits and Insurance Services, you know, I handle 20 clients myself. So right now we have about 15 clients as a firm. Because we have some large clients with these cities,
we're able to work with only a few employees. But if we take on Riviera Beach, which we'll learn about in the next month or so, and the port, we're definitely gonna have to hire. And we just took on the city of Lauderdale, we're gonna be adding more staff. So I mean, the only con I can think of is we have to do tighter scheduling to make sure that we can meet the needs of our clients. But because we've been with our clients so long, Boynton Beach about 3 years now, Miramar for about 7 years now, we're on a constant flow. And they're flexible with me when if I say, well, I can't make this meeting, I need to be at the port or Riviera Beach, it's understandable because I have that established relationship.
But you have been able to keep the book of business even after they put it back out for bid.
Correct.
Thank you, I'm nothing further.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
I missed a question for the first entity. Is there any opportunity to ask the question? The first group.
No,
I can ask staff.
Sure.
The first group did not mention their MWBE. I saw the ratings. How are they an MWBE enterprise, if you know? The massive group.
They are not. The subcontractor that you referenced is a certified MWBE here in the county. And the RFP is a reflection of the port's MWBE policy. So the policy is aspirational, it's voluntary. But there are no requirements on how to administer, right?
Okay.
Based upon my procurement knowledge, I've been including in RFPs a 5-point criteria for the participation, just to sort of kind of give us a
Thank you for the answer. Very thorough answer. Thank you, Mr. Ford. Thank you.
So how do we want to do this? Do we want to?
So at this point, you have the suggested action that was from the last meeting. So you either move forward with staff's recommendation, or you make a motion to do that, or you go ahead and well, no matter what, you have to approve or deny that. And then at that point, it's up to the board to move forward on a discussion and a vote.
Okay. Good motion.
I don't know if this is out of order or not. Well, Mr. Chairman, may I make a motion?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That the port commissioners, we just vote on the company we would like to have represent the Port of Palm Beach. So I think, can we do that,
Yes,
Attorney?
Of course.
Do we have to deny what the recommendation of the staff first and then we go vote, or what? Or we can just vote on, because we make the decisions anyway, so can we just vote?
So if your motion is to go with another candidate, you would include in there to reject the evaluation committee recommendation and instead go with
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Why? Why is it required?
because that's what's on the agenda.
That doesn't matter what's on the agenda. Staff prepared the agenda. A layperson typed up an agenda. So my question is, why would the board be required to say, we do not want to do A, we wish to do B? Why can the board simply say we wish to do A?
So there's no law, but Robert's rules, you look at the way the agenda's been formatted. It says, at motion to approve the highest ranked firm. So
Okay.
The recommended action?
Okay.
Staff recommends that.
Correct.
Okay.
That was for the original from last month.
May,
I won't beat up council too much.
Okay.
I'll just disagree, but that's what it is.
may I ask something? So, can we just deny what the staff recommended and then take both of the companies and then pick who we want? Is that possible?
Yes, or what I said is just do it in the same motion. It's not.
Okay, well, I would like to make a motion that we deny the recommendations from the staff for the Port of Palm Beach. Then we take both companies, what is it? Guerin Group, Risk, and then Mr. Gallen Company, and then we select the company to represent the port. That's my motion. Can we do it that way?
Sure.
Because you said we had to deny what the staff said, so get rid of it. And now we're starting all over, and I will make the motion that the commission select either, Risk Strategies, Garing Group, or, what is this, Mike Gallen, CEBS Group.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, all opposed, carries
Aye.
5-0. All right, so now do you want to make a motion? Or how, or
Now where do we go?
Make a motion. A or B.
Any of the commissioners can make the motion.
Well, I'll make a motion that each commissioner will vote on
Well,
Abby, all in favor of.
isn't the motion here? This is the motion, isn't it?
what we said?
I mean, you're, I think, calling for like a tally, like, you don't, you can move, and if there's a majority.
Mr. Chairman?
Well, let Gene's got the floor. Did you want to make a motion?
Floor.
Pick one to start the ball rolling. Do you have some?
So I need to pick one. Okay, I make a motion that we select Garing Group.
All right,
I second.
we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Carries 5-0 for the Garing Group. That's RSC, right?
No.
Yeah. You said R.
Which group did you
You
motion
say
for? which
Garing
spell
or
it?
I
RSC?
said, I didn't say Risk Strategy Garing Group. That was my motion,
your
that we
motion.
select Risk Strategies Garing Group. And I said yes.
We need to revote. I thought you said the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, just to be clear, so it is a little confusing. So there's Gellin Benefits Group. That was the second presentation. The first presentation was Garing Group, or
Really, Risk Strategies.
RSC Insurance.
Okay, well, let me
Risk
clarify.
Strategies
Let me
Company.
clarify my motion. My motion is that we select, my motion is to select Risk Strategies Garing Group.
All right,
That's my motion.
okay, we have a second. Okay, no discussion. Okay, all in favor for RSC Garing, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed? Okay, passes 4-1. RSC Garing Group will be orange.
Wait a minute.
Very good.
How did you vote?
You voted for the first group.
I voted for Garing Group.
Yes,
So it
4-1.
carried. 4-1.
Yes,
The first presenter, correct?
RSC Garing,
Right.
So it was 1, 2, 3, 4?
yes. Okay, we're done with that. New business.
Yeah, I messed up.
New business, agenda item J1, suggested action is a motion to adopt resolution 2025-03 to not levy ad valorem taxes upon the real and personal taxable property of the district for the year 2025.
Okay, we have a motion. DeAndre Poole makes the motion. Second. Second. Commissioner Richards. Any discussion? All in favor, all opposed? Carries 5-0. Next item.
Your second agenda item is item J2. The suggestion motion is to approve the Port of Palm Beach District annual comprehensive financial report with independent auditors report therein FY 09/30/24 and approval to submit the report to the state of Florida. Florida Auditor General, Florida Department of Transportation, and others required. The board's independent auditor, Tanya L. Davis, CPA partner with S. Davis and Associates, PA, will provide a brief overview of the ACF for FY 09/30/24 audit engagement and results.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here again to present the audit results, and we thank you for this opportunity. I think we have a presentation that's going on the screen, but I'll just read from my brief notes. I want to start by thanking the finance management team, for getting us to this point. It's always a heavy load to go through an audit, primarily because they're still doing their day-to-day activities, and this is just added work for them, and we would not have been able to get
day without that lift from them. We presented the audit scope, audit results, and along with finance management and the executive director, financial highlights based on the information that you see in the annual comprehensive financial report of the AFRS you're referring to it. So my presentation is primarily going to be on our auditors' reports and those results, not so much the numbers. We also presented to them communication that was required to be communicated to the governing body. It was a very robust conversation. Very astute members of the audit committee asked very good questions and had very good comments. And at the end of the meeting, they recommended no changes to your AFRA. We reported on your audited financial statements as of September 30th, 2024, your net position, which is your balance sheet, revenues, expenses, and changes in P&L, and changes in that position, your P&L, and notes to the financial statements. As a result, we issued an unmodified or clean opinion on the financial statements, which is the best type of opinion any entity can get. We also looked at internal control. We don't issue an opinion per se on internal controls. We look at the controls to determine the nature, timing, and extent of our audit testing. We do walkthroughs to make sure that the controls that are presented to us are actually implemented and being followed. We are required to issue an auditor's report in accordance with government auditing standards on that work. We found no deficiencies in internal control over financial reporting and no instances of non-compliance that are required to be reported under government auditing standards. Because you do have to have a federal single audit and a state single audit, because you have in excess of $750,000 in expenditures in both those categories, in both the federal grant expenditures and the state grant expenditures. We had to do a single audit, and the results of that audit on compliance with respect to your major programs and state projects resulted in an unmodified opinion, again, on compliance with those requirements, with no deficiencies noted in internal control over compliance. In accordance with the Auditor General, we issued with the provisions of the Auditor General, we issued a State of Florida management letter in which we had no management letter comments, which is good. We all have a very tight internal control system, and we're following everything that has mentioned and that we tested with respect to internal controls. We're also required to report on compliance with your investment and deposit of public funds, and you are complying in that respect as well. The auditor's reports were issued on June 4th upon approval of the audited financials by the audit committee. And as such, the court will meet the state required AFRA submission date of June 30th of this year. There are two other required correspondence reports or letters, both of which you received in your agenda packet, and that was the letter to governance. It's also the letter that I referred to that we went over in detail with the audit committee, and your management representation letter. We were given complete access to anything and everything that we needed in terms of transactions, paper trail, and personnel. And our audit resulted in no knowledge of fraud, suspected fraud, or abuse. That concludes my report, my presentation. Hopefully it wasn't too quick for you, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Any questions?
That's good news. Thank you for that.
Yep. Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So we need the motion to go ahead and approve.
So moved.
Motion, Commissioner Richard, second. Commissioner Poole, all in favor?
Yes,
All
aye.
opposed? Carries 5-0. Okay, next item.
Next item is J3, a motion to waive procurement competition in accordance with section 4x4 of the Port's Purchasing Policies and Procedures Manual, and authorize the executive director to execute an agreement with Pinsky & Associates, Inc. For governmental consulting affairs.
All right, we have a motion.
Second.
right, Commissioner Enright, second.
Quick
Commissioner
question.
Poole. Question?
Please.
Go ahead.
Mr. Pinsky, so we're going from a full-service firm to you. What are we missing out and what are we gaining? Please.
Great, Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, thank you for the question. So, Ackerman, great law firm, their government relations practice has diminished over time. I was the last government relations professional in the state of Florida for Ackerman. And I resigned, I turned the lights out, basically. So, where they went from when I first started there 15 years ago, I don't know why they discontinued the investment, but many of the tools that were available have diminished, and then also felt as though where I started with the port, actually I was in practice for myself when I first started with the port, and thought that the larger platform would be beneficial. Actually, it didn't turn out that way. In some cases, took away from the ability to spend more time with the clients, in this case, the Port of Palm Beach. Pinsky & Associates is a women-owned firm. I am vice president.
Oh, I see the gender change.
And we also, even though we're not registered, but we are a small business enterprise, and we're now women-owned. And I'm proud of that, and I'm very happy about that. But I think now, you've always had personal service, so that part is not going to change. But now the other distractions, I would say, that go on are by the wayside, and so totally 100% focused on the clients and proud of the Port of Palm Beach.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I do.
Go ahead.
Mr. Pinsky, how many years have you been doing this type of work?
Both Commissioner Richards and I now have gray hair. This will be this will be my
25.
This will be my 40th year.
Wow.
Wow.
Very
And
good.
I would love to wax eloquently on how great Tallahassee has become, but it is just the opposite. And that's another answer, which is gets me to focus on Palm Beach County and just Tallahassee. So, but yeah, this is my 40th year doing this.
Any other questions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 5-0. Thank you.
Very much.
And you're wearing socks.
That's another change.
I noticed that.
That's another change.
Sir, item J4, it's a motion to approve the authorization of the executive director to sign the U.S. Customs and Border Protection memorandum of agreement to reimburse CBP $217,000.
So moved, Commissioner Richards. Second. Commissioner Poole, all in favor, all opposed, carries 5-0. Next item.
And item J5 is a motion to approve the terminal user agreement with Thal Construction and SAB Solutions Florida LLC and authorize the executive director to execute the agreement.
Okay, we have a motion.
Motion approval.
Commissioner Poole, second. Commissioner Enright, any discussion? All in favor, all opposed, carries 5-0.
That's okay.
And I'm sorry, I was calling Kari up. Is there any question on that?
No?
No, we're okay. Thank
Good
you.
agreement. I think, I'm not sure if we made it or not, but, you know, we expect it to do good things for us.
Good.
The state's very happy that we're taking aggregate.
Okay, yep, very good.
So with that closes this up.
Good. All right, comments from the public. I have no cards. Comments from the Port Commissioner. Wayne, you have anything?
Nothing, thank you.
Jean? Andre? Carissa, anything? No, I have nothing. All right. The next meeting date, July 17th at 4 o'clock. Is
Mr.
that?
Chairman?
Yes.
Excuse me. You mentioned earlier that we would come a little early before 4 in order to try to talk about the charter if we wanted to. Or do you think we would just have 10 minutes of the meeting that we just talk about? It shouldn't be much, or what? Or come early or what? Give us direction.
Well,
I think we just, I'm sorry, set aside
Go
some
ahead.
time in the meeting.
yeah.
It shouldn't be much.
Well, we don't, do we need to do should we, I think it's probably better not, what?
You can do it during the meeting.
We'll do it during the meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that'll be
All right.
fine.
All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you.